What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's me, the one and only Dark Lord 100, back again with you for the second time today. For those of you who tuned in to my earlier stream of in college football 25, and now we are to kick off broadcast Sundays here on the Cheap Pop Podcast. I am here as usual with my co-host, the one and only Saint. What's up, Agent K28?
Man, what's cracking, bro? It's just gonna be another fucking day. That's it. Just well, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Heck yeah, hell yeah, heck yeah. All right, and to my left or to your right, Mr. Rune Scryer, Dave. What's up, brother?
Yo, how's it going out there, internet land?
Oh, out there on the interweb, I can see myself. Can they see me? Hey,
I can
Mister.
see through the tubes.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so we always kick off with just a random hot subject, and for me, I was just telling Rune Scryer off air that for me this week that kind of big moment hot topic for me has been the force. We talked a little bit about it last week, and I hadn't had a chance to listen to it, but this week I did. Every time that I take LL out of the conversation, he finds his way back in. This is another example. I wouldn't say it's necessarily LL's best work. There's been better albums, but the cameos that he did, or not cameos, but the cameos that he had were pretty savage. What's up, Saint?
Better than that last piece of shit. That authentic album,
Yeah.
that shit was just straight trash. But never mind. Keep it going.
Um, I will be honest. There were only about three, maybe four tracks that I added to my like list on Spotify. Like I said, it was the one with Busta Rhymes, the track with Eminem. What else? There was one with Nas that I think I liked as well. But in general, as an album total, I liked it. I always like Ella. I always like his flow. I thought that the album itself was well put together in regards that like every track flowed into the next track. There wasn't you kept for at least for me I kept expecting to get skits in between some of the tracks, and I just kept getting more tracks. So it's 14 tracks long, and I recommend it. Like I definitely recommend you go out and listen to it.
Okay. Oh well, you
No,
know
go on.
me. Let's just go. Okay. There's a couple of takeaways from this album, The Force. First of all, the production, of course, was the only one and only Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest. So his production was on point. However, though, there were a couple of tracks that didn't work with me. The one Saturday Night Special with Rick Ross and fucking Joey Crack, or
Yeah,
better yet, Fat Joe.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We
I agree with you there.
we'll mess with. Now, Murdergram, I'm still out on that.
Yeah, which one was
That's
that one?
kind of like no, that's the one with Eminem.
It was him and him. Yeah,
Um, it was cool, but mm, I'm all right. The
I
the
liked it.
force,
Yeah,
yeah, the force was good. Passion was pretty deep. That's
yeah,
the one that he was just.
on
It was
point.
just like 2 minutes, like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
The one he did, and I'm trying to remember the name of that. Oh, this one proclivities or proclivities, whatever, with Saweetie.
yeah, that one was a.
Uh, yeah. There were some tracks that I liked. The one with Snoop, you could have missed me with that one because that was nothing but a glorified hook, in a hook, line, and sinker kind of way.
Uh,
So yeah, yeah. But I will say this. I will say this. LL is definitely back in full form.
yeah,
Um, his flow is still top notch. I don't give $6 about what anybody says because the thing about it is he's been in the game a hell of a lot longer than most. He has completed 15 albums, whether or not you agree that some of those albums could have got
yeah.
hung out in the back and got shot or whatever, but
Well,
that's fine.
well, let's talk
No,
about that.
no.
Oh, go ahead. Go on, finish up.
Oh, no, no, no. Because listen, like I said, and I just that the album quickly escaped. No, authentic. Okay, the very last album, that one right there, with that's an album that should not be mentioned. Exit 13 was good. The last Def Jam album before that, but his first four albums will always be the fucking best.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Always be the best.
So
go on,
don't
Debbie.
call it a comeback.
Mama said knock you out, huh? No, okay.
Oh, you
I
got
actually,
jokes, sir.
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
I actually
I
did
got
want to.
limited jokes here, but
I'll say I actually wanted to touch on what you've been talking about when you talk about an entire catalog. I think, and here's something that is going to shock the world, or not shock the world, but shock some people.
Oh yeah,
I'm I'm
let's bring it.
I'm saying this right now. I believe even Biggie and Pac, had they lived long enough, would eventually put out a bad album. I think that there are very few artists, and I mean very few artists throughout the history of music, that their entire catalog and every album is S tier. Every artist is, especially if their career has lasted 30, 40 years and they put out 15, 20 albums, they're gonna have at least one stinker. Like they're gonna have one that's just not really up to their level. And if you truly think about music, you'll find that I'm correct. Like, go on.
No, 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 no. I'm not disputing.
No, no, I
I'm
know, I
not
know, I know. You're not. I'm
disputing
talking
that.
to the audience. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the
Oh,
audience. But yeah, I feel you. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just saying, I don't think that can be refuted. Is the fact that every like M, M's considered one of the greatest performers as far as rap goes, alive, and even he's put out a stinker, I would say, or two. There's been a couple of his albums that haven't really been up to par, but for the most part, most of his albums. So that's why I say I get what you're saying about was authentic, but that was dude's what 14th album. This is his 15th.
no, but listen. I'm gonna say this. It also depends on who's producing the album
I can agree with
because
that.
I'm not quite sure because whatever label that album was on, that was a complete miss.
Yeah.
That was something. I mean, that album was so soft. I mean, it could have been softer than a baby's ass wrapped in snuggle fabric softener. Okay, with sheets. Okay,
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I am definitely not disagreeing with
production because to me production is always point
you. Yeah.
because like I give you a perfect example. Dr. Dre,
Uh,
perfect example. Dr. Dre's only had three albums.
yeah.
Okay, he produced one called The Aftermath, and that was a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. And
um
he's only had like 5 albums. Like,
no, he's only no he's no he's literally only had three albums. We're just waiting for him to get the fucking toxic.
all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh man. We lost Saint. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully we get him back soon. But yeah, Saint's correct. Yeah, that one
Sorry
album,
about that,
no
y'all.
problem. Uh,
Okay.
I would say Snoop is probably the closest that it's come. Like I think he's only had like maybe Like I think he's maybe only had like one album that was below like par.
The Dog Father.
Really? You didn't like the
The second.
Dogfather?
Are you fucking kidding me? That was a piece of shit.
Oh man, I don't know if I can agree. We might have to fight about this, man. Like,
Because first of all, you got to remember the first album, Doggy Style.
oh yeah, Doggy
Okay,
Style was
that
savage.
was and that was produced, mostly produced by Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
By the time the Dogfather got around, it was no,
I wouldn't say the whole album
no,
was good, but
no, no,
Godfather had its
no.
bangers. Like,
The Dogfather really,
I don't know, man.
no, no,
I
no.
don't know, man.
Mm.
By
I
the
don't know.
time, listen, and by the time Master P got his hands on it, then Master P did his three albums, and then he started picking it, and then Snoop started like really picking it up.
Yeah,
And yeah, he's had a couple of
wasn't
like the
Laylo?
blue carpet.
Wasn't
No,
Laylo
no,
on
the
the
Laylo.
Dogfather? No. Okay.
No, Laylo was on the last meal.
Last meal. All right. All right.
The last meal. That was a great fucking album.
Yeah, I
But
gotta agree.
um but the blue carpet treatment, um there's a couple of other ones that are in there, that are really decent.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
like
you know,
Snoop really have had a lot more success than most,
no, one
especially when
hundred
it
percent.
comes to like production. Yeah. So
Well, let's talk about this as well. Just last subject before we move on to pop culture corner, and Dave's got a couple of subjects for us. Uh, Snoop is a host on The Voice. Like, for those of you who don't know what The Voice is, it's a long running, kind of like American Idol type uh, singing competition show where instead of having four judges who judge the competition and decide on a winner, you have four judges who are coaching different teams and they're trying to get different people for their team so that their team can win the competition, and then they'll have one out of those three, two or three per team. They'll have one who wins the whole thing. But Snoop is a national treasure, and The Voice is just another reason to prove that. Like
Yep.
the man can get along in any scenario you put him in. You can put him with
Yep.
thugs and Snoop can get along. You can put him with rich people and Snoop can get along. You can put him in the Olympics and Snoop can get along.
Yep. I mean, like I was saying to you guys, that picture of Snoop all in the equestrian gear for the Olympics, that needs to be the cover for his next album.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Everybody's Godfather.
dude, yeah, dude is just fantastic. And
well, I'm
Now
sorry.
go
I
on,
was
say.
gonna say,
no,
well, no, I was gonna say that. Well, that might be that Dave, that might be a good idea because this next album is actually, I think it's gonna drop in November, and this one is called, believe it or not, it's called Missionary.
Really?
Yeah, he announced that shit on Jimmy Kimmel. The
mhm.
first album, Doggy Style. This last album here, Missionary.
Missionary.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the fuckery, bro. It's the fuckery.
That's Snoop in the fuckery for
Yeah.
sure. That's
But
Snoop in the fuckery for sure. All
I,
right.
I'm
But
telling you though, the 28 Olympics are going to be ultra lit
yep.
because it's in LA.
Oh yeah,
You're going to have Snoop there, definitely,
for sure. Kevin Hart's
and
probably gonna be there.
Dre is going to
Yeah,
be trying out for archery to try to make the Olympic archery team, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say this with the most politest way I can. Let that nigga win gold and watch him riot in L.A. If Dre wins gold in archery, like LA will be burned to the ground. They'll be celebrating so much. Dre be riding around on a semi with his gold medal. Nah.
Yeah, no,
no,
No, that
no,
would.
no, no. But what's gonna need to happen is that just make sure that you got extra gear from the Canadians because how it goes. You know how it goes down with Drake, eh? You know
Hey,
what I mean? Like,
Uh,
I'm,
that's horrible, horrible. All right, and
oh,
on that,
I'm sorry. I'm a bastard for that one. But you know what though? I just don't like Drake. I don't like Aubrey. I don't like Aubrey. So
that was just
yeah,
a
but it's cool
Punisher
though. It's
moment.
cool.
That was definitely a
yeah.
Punisher moment for you there, sir. All right, and on that note, we go into pop culture corner. Woo! Where we talk everything Marvel, DC, comic books, and TV. All right, fellas. Dave had a couple of good subjects for us today. Let's start with it has now been confirmed that one Mr. Paul Bettany is returning as Vision in his solo series for Marvel. And who will be doing the voice of Ultron again?
Why, that would be James Spader coming back. We don't
Yes.
Uh,
know the
just a quick
details, but
question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. How in the hell are they going to bring Ultron back? We need
I don't.
answers.
I know. Okay.
Look,
But
We need answers.
this
he,
is all part of the process.
yeah.
Okay. You know, we do need answers. There's speculation that if anything, it's mostly going to be like some type of lingering flashbacks.
Or they could bring him back similar to how they
Yeah.
to Gideon in Legends of Tomorrow. Like he's a
Yeah.
computer. He's just a personality inside a computer.
Which is what they tried to do with Age of Ultron
Yeah.
in the movie there, but they shut Ultron down. But you know, who knows? You
A
know,
piece of his programming could have gotten out into the web because remember he did jump
yep.
out into the web before they brought him back and killed him. But
And
go ahead.
considering where we left Vision in at the end of WandaVision, where he is in the white vision blank emotional
Yeah.
state um, that first from the legendary John Byrne's West Coast Avengers run.
Yeah.
Um, it could be that it's part of Ultron inside of him as he's trying to reconnect, reestablish his personality.
Okay.
So it could be, you know, could be his dark side inside of him where he's going back and forth and having these conversations about trying to discover who he is now that his former self is gone completely and
All I
trying to reestablish.
all I know is this: if you bring Ultron back, we have Ultron. We have we have the Infinity Crystals. The last time he was seen was in the What If series. But you have to give me like uh the Super Ultron, like the one that collects all of
Infinity,
the
Infinity Gem Ultron.
yeah. You got to give me that dude. Like if
Uh,
you're gonna bring me Ultron back, give me Infinity Gem Ultron. Like give me him
yeah.
or just don't bring him back. Like
But we'll see how they do it. And it's I, I'm of the mind where it's like, you know what? Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm willing to let the MCU guide me. I mean, they have way more hits than this. I mean, we're talking over a 750 batting average at this point. And even then, the worst you can really say about something like Eternals was like, it's okay.
only gripe I have with Eternals is how it ended and the fact that it hasn't been addressed in any other Marvel movie or show.
They're actually starting to show the hand
Yeah.
in some of
Yeah.
the other shows.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, the big one, the next big one, of course, is Captain America. They're going to be
yep,
talking about in that. They're going to be talking about that a lot
Okay.
in the
yep,
Okay.
Eternals
Well, then
in the
all is
Captain
forgiven.
America movie.
yeah,
All is
Yeah,
forgiven.
because we're gonna have
That's
because we've
all I
got
ask.
um,
Don't treat me
I
like I'm
think
stupid. It's
don't treat me like a Montel Williams.
pretty much, man. Do I like, hey,
Yeah,
like big ass hand
yeah,
outside in the world. Nobody's gonna acknowledge it.
but
Come on.
yeah, because next year we've got Captain America: New World Orders
Yeah.
opening up. and then like a month or so later, we got Thunderbolts.
Yes, yes. Hey, here was the thing.
No, about 2 or 3 months, Thunderbolts. Because
Okay,
how
it
many
could be.
movies? Yeah, because how many movies are actually out on the Marvel docket next year? Because
I
yeah,
can't
because
think
I
right
know it's
now.
yeah, because I know definitely I know that Captain America comes out in February.
Right.
What you call it
Okay,
comes
Thunderbolts in
out
May.
in May.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, Thunderbolts. Okay, I thought Thunderbolts was March,
Yeah.
but
no,
it
no,
could be May. Okay, then that's yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, okay.
But no.
and
Uh,
no, there's another one.
They're,
There's another one, and it's so close.
they're not going
I
to have
think
Fantastic Four ready.
no. Fantastic Four is going to be like I think 2026, but
Yeah.
okay.
um, I know it's one movie because I think one of these movies is going to be competing or going to be on the heels, right on the heels of Superman
Okay.
coming.
Yeah,
Cause
I
yeah,
know that.
cause I know Superman's
Um,
opening in July,
July. Okay.
and
oh,
I definitely want to see.
Fantastic Four is July 25th, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
so
that's what's going up
yes,
against Superman.
yeah, so that's the one. That's going to be that right there is going to be quite interesting.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
It's going to be
Um,
interesting.
they still have um, Blade for November 7th next year.
Okay.
We don't know.
Now, is that still going to be that's
Mashera
still going to
Ali.
be the M is still is going to be the MCU
Yeah,
version, right? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. And so, okay.
So, yeah. So it
Well,
is going to be Fantastic Four next year,
there,
going up against the Man of Steel.
there you go. I can't wait to see that battle. I'm planning on seeing both. So,
Yep.
well, I'll say one other thing I wanted to mention while we were on the MCU real quick before we move on to the next subject
Hmm.
is I actually have checked out the first episode. I have not checked out the episode 2 and 3, so no spoilers of Agatha all along. And so far, I like it. Like so far. First of all, I love Catherine Hahn in just about anything she's in. I've
Oh yeah.
mentioned that multiple times, and I love her in this. But the story that they're telling, all right, cool. Now with Wanda, basically with Wanda dead, now Agatha can break the spell that she was put under, that
Hmm.
restricted her powers and become something again. At least that's what
Yeah.
I'm getting so far from one episode. Me and my daughter are doing one episode a week on Tuesdays, so we're going to be a couple of episodes behind for a few
Yeah.
weeks.
You gotta do that. So,
Yeah. So,
yep.
but Agatha all along, A+ so far. We'll see how it continues on. And real quick, this is not MCU related. Wednesday was confirmed for season 2 coming out soon. Can't wait for that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
going to be amazing.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Season two of what?
Wednesday
Wednesday.
on Netflix.
Adam's
Okay.
Family
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
with Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
that
Well,
was fantastic.
I will say this, and can I just go ahead and I would like to send a shout out to all the fans that were disappointed by the ending of the Umbrella Academy. Yeah, yeah, because that I'm sorry, that was the worst climactic ending. I mean, I know spoilers, spoilers out there. Like, I mean, for real, we could have got a better, we could have got a way better ending than that. I mean, I was just like disappointed.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, for real, I was really disappointed with the Umbrella Academy. That was an ending that was like, you're waiting to get, it's just like it's like masturbation. You get a good feeling, but then it doesn't produce any light. You feel me? So it's like, I'm sorry,
It's
I'm just,
horrible. It's
it's
horrible.
Yeah.
just, yeah,
He's
it's
he's the
bad. It's bad. It's
Uh,
technically bad. Oh,
okay.
and
So,
all right.
so whoops.
So Dave
There you go.
also talk to me
Hmm.
about this trade right, copyright thing that's kind of shaking up the comic book world that's happening now, and that
Yeah,
would be that Marvel and DC, two of the biggest
the big
comic
two.
comic book companies out there, just lost their joint copyright on the term superhero.
Yep. For 50 years, DC and Marvel shared a joint, not copyright, a joint trademark.
Trademark. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, which well, it's a legal distinction that gets lost on a lot of people, but trademark is basically even stronger than copyright.
Right.
But for 50 years, Marvel and DC shared a joint trademark for the term superhero. And our buddy Jameel has always hated this because that meant that no other comic company, not Dark Horse, not Image, nobody could market their Capes and Cowl book as a superhero book. They couldn't use that term in advertising. Well, the U.S. Copyright Office stripped them of that this past Wednesday. So this is huge for the indie comic market.
For sure. Like, I hey, I never knew.
That's off the hook.
Yeah, I never knew that Marvel and DC shared that joint trademark. Like
Yep,
that's news to me. Well,
yep,
I hope that this causes a shift that allows independent places like, our friend of the show, and NPC Comics to thrive and do well.
yeah.
So, for
You
sure.
you know what? There's something else, and there's something else I wanted to tap in just real quick.
Sure.
Something I had learned real quick. Do you realize why there is no Batman TV show?
Why?
Have you guys ever noticed it?
Yeah.
Um,
Because you know what? Come on, Dave. I know you got it. Come on. You got the $1 million. You got the one million
ooh,
dollar answer. I know you
I
know it, bro.
actually, um, as usual, I'm going to lay it at Fox executives, seeing that there's more money in the movies than in TV series and in um, animation. It's going to be that, or it's going to be some legacy reasons, um, like William Dozer, who gave us the 63, 66 Batman TV series, has legacy rights to the TV series. Um, that's my only other guess.
And that is almost correct. Because the simple fact is that because of Batman 66 and they have those television rights, yeah, tell them, Marvel kind of gets a little piece of that.
Yeah.
So
DC
yeah,
gets a
that
yeah,
they get a piece of. I mean, of course, DC gets the bigger piece, but just thinking that Marvel's TV rights, or
hmm
that Marvel has their nuts in a clinch, with DC's nuts in a clinch with this TV rights thing, and it's crazy.
It's
yeah.
it's
I just
funny.
thought I'd put that little tidbit out there, though. That
Well,
that to me is a little crazy.
well.
Now here's
Go
here
ahead.
here is here's a trivia that's going to blow your minds.
Okay. What's that?
All right.
Lorenzo Simple Jr., the guy who was the writer showrunner for Batman 66, he also gave us an early 1980s cheese classic.
Okay.
He was the writer for Flash. Ah,
Flash Gordon. Nice.
yes.
Okay.
Nice.
That explains a lot about that film when you realize that they were both made by, Flash Gordon was made by the guy who gave us Batman 66.
The cheesiest. Hey, I have to give it though. I was just actually
Yeah.
talking to somebody the other day, and you guys can weigh on this. I was talking with somebody. I believe it was my assistant at my job, and we were talking about like best Jokers and how and then and now this is going to lead me to another part of this conversation. But I personally have told people that Cesar Romero is in my top three
Mm-hmm.
Jokers of
Yep.
all time. Like
Hmm.
I love the way that man played that role. Like and that Batman '66 series would not have been the same without him as the Joker.
Yep.
But in general, I was just like, yeah. And then this leads me to the second point, which you guys can kind of touch on both, is that I read a Reddit where somebody was talking about that Heath Ledger's Joker shouldn't count as a Joker at all. He was playing a different character.
Um, I
And
disagree with that, but go
okay,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
okay, wait, I'll let you
definitely
get your word
disagree
in.
with that
But
shit.
what the way the redditor explained it was that it his story his which I don't agree with this part either, but his backstory doesn't really meld with any of the Jokers from the comic book universe. And I was like, well, yes and no. Um, and that Heath Ledger, as dark as he played him, didn't play him, and they basically went on a rant about how he didn't play him as well as Jack Nicholson or
Okay,
or other Jokers as well. And I'm like,
okay.
all right, so
I'm
Saint, kick us
sorry.
off.
I'm
Kick us off.
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, let's get to this.
I'll be right back.
Number one. Oh my God. Okay. Number one. Cause no, because this is it's not so much that this is not like really pissing me off,
Yeah,
but let's first of all,
we're in.
Heath Ledger, no, Heath Ledger played the Joker to a T
Yeah, he
because
played.
that's how the Joker actually is. He gives zero
We're
fucks.
yeah, we're into
Period.
syndrome. You dense motherfucker territory.
Yeah, it is definitely not that. And the simple fact is like really? Oh my goodness. Shout out to the one and only business warrior diva, lovely radio show because it's lovely. No,
Hello.
but it yeah, but no, like really, seriously, like each each version of the Joker,
Yeah,
they're completely different sides of it. Jack
and
Nicholson was more of a gangster,
yeah,
okay? He's more of a gangster,
yeah,
all right? Caesar Romero, well, he was campy.
yeah.
What's his name? Fucking Jared Leto from,
We don't
he
talk about
went from
Jared.
this. We don't talk, but I will say he kind of redeemed himself in um in the Justice League movie. I did listen.
In that
He
cutscene.
reshot that scene, that cut scene. That was decent. But let's face it, Heath Ledger played the Joker the way it was meant to be played because he didn't have an angle. He
Yeah,
didn't care. He didn't care. I guarantee you this much. The Joker, if anybody knew, if anybody knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman and the Joker had knowledge of that, the Joker would kill that individual because it's like, I don't want to know
because
that
yeah,
because that's kind of like,
That
you're
that's
ruins the
my,
whole
exactly
game.
what he
yeah,
exact
Yeah.
that's like, yeah,
Joker.
exactly. His is
Joker does that.
complete equal and opposite equal.
He does
So
that.
yeah,
He does that in Harley Quinn. When
yeah,
when Batman gets unmasked right in front of him by Scarecrow, Joker goes off on Scarecrow and kills Scarecrow. I don't want to know that that Batman is just some rich asshole with daddy issues.
you know, and,
Yeah,
and and that's the thing with it is that's where it brought me to. Is after reading this, I was like, okay, I'm all down for different people having different takes, but this take is just so wrong that yeah,
it's wrong in so many levels, especially because the Joker has changed origin multiple times, keeping everything
kind of
straight.
moving. Yeah,
Yeah, in there,
keeping
and
everything
he
moving.
says, you know, if I'm going to have an origin, why not make it a multiple choice?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, and
there,
Exactly. That
there's a
that should have been the
yeah,
choice because come on, man, Arthur Fleck with
yeah,
the upcoming Joker movie. That's a
yeah,
that's the one thing
and
that and going.
and there's just a page in a recent Batman, um, or no, I think it might have been Injustice, where Superman is confronting Joker, and it's a 6 or 8 panel page. It's a 2 by 3 or 4 layout, and every single panel, the Joker is done in a different classic Joker art style.
Nice.
We're talking from Jerry Robinson to the Bruce Timm version to the Arkham Asylum Joker to all these different pictures of the Joker while he's carrying on the same conversation.
Yeah, and
And and it all works. You can't say that there are certain things that Joker portrayal needs to have.
yeah.
Okay, consistency of backstory is not one of them.
Yeah, it's not one of those
Okay,
tenants. Yeah,
the reason why I absolutely hate Jared Leto's Joker is you should know what's coming next
yeah,
with the Joker. You should always be in fear. And that scene in Suicide Squad where he's, you know, trying to threaten Harley before she's turned, and I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad. It's like, oh my God, I've been scared more by schoolyard bullies than that. That is like
no.
the
Listen,
weakest Joker sauce ever.
on on the scare meter, on the scare meter. If you had to pick out of all the Jokers on the scare meter, I'm sorry, but Heath Ledger is one,
oh yeah,
Jack Nicholson is two,
yeah.
Yeah, Mark Hamill will
Caesar
be a three.
Romero is three,
No,
and only
I'd put Mark Hamill as three
Animated
because
Joker. Yeah, I can see
animated
that.
and all, based
yeah,
on
Mark
character.
Hamill. Well, no, if that was the case, then Mark Hamill should be number one
Oh yeah,
because Mark Hamill was now. If we're talking about all iterations of Joker
yeah,
or what have you, that would be like Batman being
Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And or Tim Daly is Superman, or even Mark Hamill is being the Joker because Mark Hamill was
oh
was
yeah.
off the hook.
hold
And we
on
Of
though.
got
course,
to see the
but of
yeah.
course, Mark Hamill being from Oakland, California, y'all know how
I
goddamn
will. I
sunny
will
it
say
is.
this. I will
Yeah.
say this. Okay. I differentiate my top two, 1A and 1B, are always Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. Okay. Here's what the difference is between them, and it's not that one is different than the other or one is lesser than the other. It's these two lines. One was said by the Joker himself in the movie. One was said by a side character. To me, Jack Nicholson's Joker is defined by the line, "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?" That line just encompasses that entire character.
Mhm.
Now, for Heath Ledger, his Joker is more defined by what Alfred, I forget who played him
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, and what he says about young Master Bruce about some people just like to watch the world burn.
Yeah,
Like there's no rhyme or reason to what they do, and that's how I differentiate between the two. But both are one number one up there. Don't get me wrong. Caesar
oh
Romero is
yeah.
right there behind
I don't
So
disagree.
serious.
Yeah,
him.
I don't disagree with you guys on any of these. It's like, name the top 5 rock guitarists of all time.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong no matter what
Yeah,
as long as you
exactly.
yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So, but yeah. So what were we talking about
Oh,
again?
okay. So I'm going to bring us to our last subject for Pop Culture Corner, and that is one that Dave brought to me also, as well off air. That Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola project, is looking to be a huge flop.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, Dave.
So okay. So Megalopolis hit theaters this weekend. Uh, a little bit of backstory on this. Megalopolis is the project of Francis Ford Coppola. Um, he has been working on this since Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
He had been working on the screenplay since before he mentored George Lucas for Star Wars.
Wow.
And just finally, see, I commend the guy for going at this, but Coppola has a real issue with the studio system, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
As we've seen how the studio system has completely taken over Hollywood in the past 40 years. The blockbusters, the generic formula film. I get the point. Okay, so Megalopolis is just basically pure stream of conscious thought
Yeah. No.
filmmaking.
Okay, so we're talking about because the only other $1 million flop was um was a movie back in 1980 called Heaven's Gate. So
Yes,
Okay.
are we talking about that kind of level?
we're talking that kind of level of Heaven's Gate failure.
Oh
Wow.
Jesus, because if he's been working on this shit since before
Before
fucking
Star Wars.
Apocalypse Now, or he
No,
even
he,
started before Star Wars, I mean, we're talking about that's damn near 50 something years.
yep,
Because if he mentored George Lucas, and George Lucas came out with American Graffiti back in 1973, like
yeah,
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, what the hell is really
yep.
going
I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
so
I don't know.
it's basically so Megalopolis is like I said, this is stream of consciousness filmmaking. The basic plot is that you have Adam Driver versus Giancarlo Esposito, where it's a reimagined America where what if the Roman Empire or the Roman Republic lasted and came into America? So you have New York replaced by New Rome. Adam Driver is the main city architect. Giancarlo Esposito is the mayor. And it loosely ties into a historical rebellion in ancient Rome, with Giancarlo Esposito playing Cicero and Adam Driver playing Catalina.
Look, man.
And yeah,
Just
it's
if somebody shit on a piece of paper and handed it in, just let me know that. Like what
that's
the
his basic. Yeah,
like.
okay. Somebody's review, okay, that completely
Yeah.
exemplifies the point. Okay, you got Aubrey Plaza in this. Okay, you got John Voight. There's a scene where John Voight is dressed up as Robin Hood. I shit you not. Bow and arrow and everything, aiming at Aubrey Plaza and asks her, "How do you like the boner I got?" before he kills her with the bow and arrow. Yeah, that's that's the mind fuckery right there.
May may G
Yeah,
may Jesus bless all the people who go and see this dumb fuckery. Um,
exactly. It's
may God help those who enjoy it.
yeah,
Um,
it's
It'll be on
pure.
Tubi next month.
Yeah, it is
say,
literally it's literally Francis Ford Coppola, who, make no mistake, legendary filmmaker. Okay,
yes, yes,
Apocalypse Now,
yep,
Godfather One, Godfather Two,
yep.
and
I,
then that's it.
I'm
What other Francis Ford Coppola film do you know of and you can name off the top of your head other than those three?
wasn't that one gangster one with Ben Affleck and I forget who. The Boston one, was that Francis Ford Coppola?
Nope.
No,
Scorsese.
Scorsese. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. And everything in it is so surreal. It's, you know, it just basically tosses shit at the wall, at the screen to see what sticks.
Oh,
I mean, literally, you've got elements of Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, where Adam Driver's character
mm,
has created this new wonder material for building and wants to use it because it's stronger, lighter than anything else, and he wants to rebuild the city with it. And there's all this, no, no, it's untested, all in there. Um, there is literally a sequence in the film where there is a planted audience member in the theater audience where Adam Driver's character is addressing the audience, and the planted member stands up and asks a question, and Adam Driver responds to that question.
okay, okay. I have
Yeah,
to stop us right there. We
I
just,
yeah I know.
it's time to go to
You are
commercial.
you
Like,
have not smoked enough green to
Can I pour
understand
the
this.
can I pour the gasoline on myself right now and
Sure,
start striking matches?
go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna give it the Kevin movie treatment.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
No,
stand
no,
up.
no,
I'm gonna throw my damn
not
drink at the
throwing the soda power.
throw my
yeah,
damn drink at the screen. I'm gonna turn around and walk out.
yeah.
And
And
that's what I'm gonna do with this.
this is pretty much going to be Coppola's final film
Yeah, I hope
in
so. I hope
in every
so.
way.
Like,
It's
Bro,
this
wait a
is
minute, hold on, Dark Lord, wait a minute, hold on. You're still doing the same movie reviews as because do you remember? And true story, folks, we went. As a matter of fact, I think Dave was with us too. We went to go see
the
the
Phantom Menace.
Phantom
yep,
Menace
Yep.
yep,
at the Oakland at
London,
Jack London Square.
yep,
And I swear to God, Kevin sat down and we all announced because it was Jamil. I remember it being Abdul and all these guys.
yep,
And Kevin straight up said, if this movie sucks, I'm going to pick up my soda because he actually had a soda on deck.
yeah,
He actually had a soda on deck and he was ready to pick that up and throw that soda at the screen.
yep, yep.
And,
Jar Jar Binks,
and he was ready, he was ready to do it. I mean, I don't know if he could have got arrested or something, or we would
Probably
have
would
got
have.
kicked out of the
yeah,
theater. But
Probably
yeah,
would have.
yeah. Jar Jar Binks comes on screen. His second line talking. I'm just sitting in my chair, kind of slinking down a little bit, looking around. I am the only white person in
Oh
that
no.
theater. I'm sitting next to Jamil. I look over to him. I'm like, I'm going to get lynched, aren't I? Yup.
Misa thinks so. Misa thinks so lots.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that was not a good
imagine,
day.
yeah, imagine,
That was not a good
imagine,
day.
imagine the ego of Phantom Menace with as little oversight as Phantom Menace had on Lucas, as the studio
Yeah,
had on Phantom. Imagine
yeah,
even those breaks removed and give Coppola
Yeah,
like 3 8 balls of crack to smoke. That's what you got.
yeah.
It's
And what's
filmmaking with no breaks. It's pure ego-driven filmmaking.
and here's what's funny to me is that I hate it when movies are so bad that they make movies like Clockwork Orange look
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
Like because if anybody's ever seen Clockwork Orange, that is not a normal movie,
No,
not
it's
by any
not.
metric that you look at it from. But
It's a
there's
great movie.
yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
normal.
It's not normal. Normal is not a word that you can say about that movie. Well
Yeah,
done, yeah. Definitely deserved all the praise it got, but yeah. And just a quick real life story for you, real quick. The first time I ever saw that movie, I had no idea what I was watching. I was
Mm-hmm.
not told. So it's not like we sat down at the beginning of the movie and started watching it. No, my boy and his girlfriend were downstairs watching the movie in his living room. I came downstairs after hanging out in his room smoking a bowl. I came downstairs and walked in and sat down in a recliner, my boy Josh, in his living room and started watching this movie. Movie's about half hour, 45 minutes in, about 30, yeah, about 30 minutes in or so.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes after sitting down, I look over at my boy Josh and his girlfriend, and they're both looking at me, and I go, "What the do you have me watching?" And they were like, "You've never seen this movie before? Why the would I have seen it before? What is it that you have me watching?" They're like, "Really, Kevin? You've never seen? If you don't tell me what you have me watching, things are gonna get bad in here."
Yep.
And they proceeded to tell me we were watching A Clockwork Orange. Okay,
Yep.
that makes
Yep.
a lot more sense. Now we can proceed to continue watching. But I had no clue what I was watching.
You never hear "Singing in the Rain" the same way after watching that film.
Never, never.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so we'll roll that into commercial break, and
Yeah.
we'll come back. I got one more hot take for you guys before we jump into potentially SmackDown Alley, and then video game reviews, and then of course, where can we find you? Thanks for watching the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on broadcast Sundays. First GenXers, Twitch TV. Peace.
We'll be back, y'all.
Oh
Be
yeah, we
back.
will be back. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll be back.
Yeah. You guys need. You guys need.
You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that bama.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it.
Poetic beat.
First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first gen. Well, now I'm rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
The personnel to man up and get after Patrick Mahomes. I think it's Brian Denny was his name, or whatever, came out and said like outright,
Pay the man. Please, just pay the man.
yeah,
You need him.
he just got paid. All right, we are Sans one Rune Scryer for the moment, but me and Agent K28 are back with the Cheap Pop Podcast, and we are sorry, I'm watching the 49ers game too. We are going one more hot topic before we jump into SmackDown Alley
Yes.
and talk a little Raw and SmackDown. Well, and say so. The last hot topic I will bring up is for anybody who has not been watching it. It's been free on Prime for those with Prime memberships. It is an amazing show based off of a YouTube channel and brought to us by the same people that bring us a YouTube channel called Critical Role. And that is an animated series called The Legend of Vox Machina. Those of you who have not been following the legend, oh my God, go check it out this weekend. Go watch it right now. Matter of fact, stop watching it. No, don't stop watching the show. After the show is over, go watch Legend of Vox Machina on Prime Video because next week season 3 drops and I am here for it.
Oh, Legend of Vox Machina is so fantastic.
Yeah, that's clearly overwork. I've been watching since the first season.
Yeah.
So
Another
yeah,
and another series where unfortunately they are needing to find a replacement for Lance Reddick,
Yeah,
since he was the big bad dragon in
yeah.
last season.
And it's
But
has hey, speaking of, and I know I talked to I had mentioned about it to Dark Lord, but has anybody seen the trailer for Ballerina?
no, I have not.
I know it's out. I haven't checked it out yet. Um,
You must watch it. It's it's
I
it's worth it
I know a
because he
little bit.
get
I mean,
he Lance Reddick's final performance.
yeah, but I my confession is that I have not watched any of the John Wick movies, and I know, and there's a very valid reason for this, because for decades, from the 90s onward, okay, one of the premier, I mean top tier A level TTRPG game designers, his name is John Wick.
Ah,
And I follow him on Facebook, and we'll dig it. I mean, he loves it in there, but it's trying to separate, that, and trying to imagine Keanu Reeves not throwing a fistful of D10s at the bad guys.
oh heck no. Yes.
Yeah. So it's just, it's just one of those things. So I'll get around to it someday. I'm just not in a hurry.
Well,
Okay.
I've seen one, and I think I have not seen. I've seen one and two. I've not seen the last one, and I believe
Right.
I have not seen three or four. Like,
Right.
don't get me wrong, I love Keanu Reeves as John Wick.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I truly do.
Now,
But
now
like, yeah,
I've seen all four movies, and I
uh,
watched the Continental, and
nice.
that is like everything that I like in terms of violence and
Uh,
over the top and over the top violence with that shit. Oh yeah, I'm man.
you're
Woo,
there for it, huh?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
especially stealth killings.
heck yeah,
Yeah,
heck
give me
yeah.
that.
And so that was my final hot take for Pop Culture Corner is that the release of Legend of Vox Machina means that we're getting more good television,
Oh yeah.
small screen
Oh,
television coming up soon.
speaking of Amazon,
Yes.
okay, Amazon just announced they are going to be doing a RoboCop TV series.
Okay,
Not
we've been there,
rebooting.
done that. Been
Yeah,
there, done that.
not rebooting Joel Edgerton RoboCop, but going back to um
Alex Murphy.
yeah, yeah, the original RoboCop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they, after
And
the first three movies,
yeah,
after RoboCop 1, 2, and 3, um,
This,
they did have like a whole bunch of TV movies.
yeah.
There were
yeah,
a few TV movies that
Bad TV.
they had TV series.
Bad
They
TV.
had a Saturday morning cartoon
Yep.
show.
Yep. I remember
that was
Yep.
that
That was
was
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was damn good.
yeah,
But
Here's my
the
one.
TV,
Go ahead.
no,
No, go ahead.
no. I'm just saying that those TV movies
Yeah.
was like, and they were
Here's
on sci-fi.
yeah.
here's my. Go ahead.
Apparently they're just going to go. The continuity for the show going forward is going to be RoboCop 1 is the start point. They're not going to mess around with 2, 3, or any of the other stuff.
So it's
It's
going to
just
be after he's become RoboCop.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. And that interest. I'm going to say that. That's what that one point that I wanted to make is that's the one thing that does interest me. Is I want to see RoboCop done with today's CGI
yeah.
and practical effects because I think it could be done very well.
Oh yeah.
Because they did a really good job with what they had to work with back in the day. I
Back then,
thought
yeah.
the special effects wise and look wise, RoboCop was well done,
Well,
despite how cheesy
it's
the
still all
actual
practical effects. Yeah,
yeah the whatchamacallits were.
yeah.
But in general, yeah, like I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
So all right, so let's go here and let's get to your favorite place to stand up and lay the smacketh down. Cheap Pop Podcast brings to you Smackdown Alley, where me and the Saint, aka Agent K28, talk a little bit about Raw, SmackDown, upcoming pay-per-views, etc. right here on the Cheap Pop Podcast. So, this week on Raw and SmackDown, we saw some good things, some bad things, some mediocre things. Uh, what was
There's only one thing I cared about on
what was
Raw. Jay Uso, man. Yeet.
that?
What?
That is right, y'all. That is right. The same
That's
brings
the
up.
only thing I cared about that particular because look, I have really been invested in, and don't get me wrong, I'm dealing with with the Terror Twins and what have you. That's good, but Jay Uso taking that belt from Braun Breaker, and they're both like different. They're like generations. Like
Second and third
it's kind of like
generation. Yeah.
it's kind of like second and third generation. That's kind of like you know the High Chief up against one of the Steiners.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or even The Rock being one of the Steiners. It's kind of like
I'll
it's
say
just
this.
that much of a kick. It was man,
Jay
but it
Uso,
was impressive. It was impressive.
Jay Uso earned this title reign. Jay Uso did everything he needed to do, and I will say this: I was happy for the character Jay Uso for winning the Intercontinental title, and I was happy for the man. Like Jey Uso isn't his real name. I forget what his actual name is, but I was happy for the man because he's earned it. 14 years, 5,000 like 300 something days, 400 something days he's been with WWE and never held a singles title. He's a like 10-time tag team champion. The man earned it, and him and Braun Breaker tore down the house in that match before he brought down the house with everybody cheering for him having won the Intercontinental title. So I'm hoping
Exactly.
that it continues for a while, for a long time, that we get at least a few months. I hope he holds it at least till WrestleMania. Um, on the other, on the other, in the week of the Anoa'i family, on the other end, you had Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu get the win in the main event of SmackDown over Randy Orton and KO. Um,
Yeah.
the Bloodline is becoming a menace on SmackDown. Solo is doing his thing. Just so people
Like,
understand, when they ask how far into the story we are, we're basically at the beginning of Godfather 2. Okay, like
yeah,
we,
yeah.
we,
You
we
know what?
finished with Godfather when we're at the beginning of Godfather 2.
I'm listen. I'm just waiting for Randy Orton to turn on Cody Rhodes. I'm
I,
just waiting.
I think you want something that may not be happening for a while. Like like at this point,
I'm, I
I don't
mean,
think it's time yet. But
I
I
mean,
think
don't
it's
get me
coming, yeah,
wrong.
for sure. But I
Don't
think
get me
I don't
wrong,
think I think it's happening anytime now.
because to me, Randy Orton is a much better heel
Well,
than a face. I'm
well,
sorry. That's just
I think he's
even KO is a hell of a heel.
yeah. I think
I,
he's a
I,
tweener.
I
I think he's a great tweener. I've always thought Randy was a great tweener. He can flow between being a heel and a face at will. I definitely think that he is S tier with either. But I do think I don't think we need to rush that heel turn. I think there's still plenty of meat on the bone of Cody versus the Bloodline, and I think that we'll finish that off before we get to Cody and other challengers. Because I still think that like Cody's fought off Solo, now he has to fight off the Rock, or not the Rock, but Roman. And then I think if he ends up beating Roman, then we may see Cody Rhodes versus the final boss for the championship before the year's out. So like I think we're building to something here, and so I think that him facing Randy may not be in the cards. I know for a fact right now that the main event booked for Crown Jewel is Roman versus Cody for the belt.
oh, that's right, because Crown Jewel is going to be
The next
coming up.
yeah,
I just listen. I just want to see. I just want to see this match, this tag team match
yeah,
for with Cody and Roman. That's going to be very interesting. But
yeah, Bad Blood
I kind of want to see the match between Rhea Ripley
and Liv
and
Morgan.
and um and Liv Morgan, and with what you call it in a shark cage. Like,
With Dominic,
yeah,
yeah, Dominic, yeah, no, 100%. Like Dominic Mysterio
Dirty
hanging in a
Dom.
shark cage above the ring is going to be hilarious. Like for those of you who say wrestling's fake, explain that. Anyway, explain a man hanging in a shark cage while two girls fight over him. Well, not really over him, but over a belt, like in the ring. Yeah, like that's wrestling, baby.
Yeah, he gets the boot. He gets the I guess she gets the extras, I guess.
I guess. I
One of
guess.
them two.
Well, I see it like this. I think the way they're spinning it is if Liv wins, she gets Dominic down and she gets her boyfriend back. If Rhea wins, she gets Dominic down and she gets to beat his ass for what he did to her. Either way, the crowd wins. Um, actually, I don't think the crowd wins if Liv wins, but that's just me. I think the crowd wins if Rhea wins. Uh, but yeah, so we're looking at we're looking at some good matches next week at Bad Blood. We will be reviewing that next week when it comes up. It's
Yeah,
taking place on
yeah,
Saturday night, which I like
yeah,
that they're doing pay per views on Saturdays now instead of
yeah. We can
Sundays.
talk about it on Sundays,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
give you time to kind of sit on it and think on it before we have to actually talk about it. But all right, so
So get
that
ready next week, y'all.
definitely. All right, so we gonna wind up and we're gonna do our final segment of the day every week, and that is cheap pop game reviews, views. Hey, and we're back. All right, so this week we have a little bit of. Let's open up with something that's good news to me, as Saint just told me about on October 4th. Um, NHL 25 will be available to those of us who have Game Pass. Now,
Yes,
I,
yes.
I want to tell people this because I've said this multiple times about people being upset about Game Pass going up. It's stuff like this that has me like, okay, $20 a month, sure. Like, because to be real with you, I'm completely content with the fact that I believe every other year, every other year, Madden drops on Game Pass. MLB The Show drops every year on the day that it drops that you can buy it. You can download it and play it for the entire season until the new one comes out. And now NHL 25, which I believe will be playable until the new one comes out. So like, if that's not worth $20 a month, where you basically get free games that you can play whenever you want, you just download them. Like, I don't know what you're playing video games for. So, but go ahead, Saint. Any
No,
thoughts?
I was basically, well, my thought is this. Like October is set, and of course, one of the main kicks for PlayStation Plus this year is WWE 2K24.
Yep, yep.
Yes, we will be definitely rocking that. That kind of saves some money, and I usually get it every year anyway, and getting the DLC or what have you, and it's good stuff. But yeah, I mean, sometimes PS Plus, PlayStation Plus be working it. Sometimes they they just crap dog shit. But pretty much it's been on stellar point.
Yeah,
And I've been playing, doing my thing, for PlayStation Plus for like years and what have you. And a lot of the games, I'm content with,
yeah,
sometimes, but I mean, I own a lot of my stuff too, because them back in the days, those flash sales, man. Oh my God, I loved it. That's how I was able to get so many games during that time. Because I mean, I ended up buying Star Wars Battlefront, both
nice.
games for $6 before they did the update.
Yeah,
And when it came through, I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that and run with it.
I'll say definitely
I'll take
PlayStation
that and
and
run with it
a PlayStation with the PlayStation Plus, and then Xbox with the Game Pass.
with the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, and I do want to make I did want to make a mention of this. There was about maybe it's been about maybe 3 weeks. There is a game, and I think we talked about it. We might have talked about it, but this is a game that is free,
Mm,
completely free, and it's called Undefeated.
okay.
And
Locked
it
in.
is, oh,
For sure, for sure. Like, yeah, and that's always a good point of a game. Now, Mr. Dave, you set us up as well with a story about the Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Yes, it was 100%. I remember, yeah, frustration, frustration abound. and and in news that will definitely make the one and only Mr. Rune Scryer supremely happy, as he was joyous in telling me before we jumped on air that it has been confirmed that there will be a Space Marine 3. So those of you who are out there having fun playing 2 can now look forward to a 3 for sure. So I have some unfortunate bad news that's going to bring our episode to a screeching halt and close. Unfortunately, in the process of my headphones dying and disconnecting, it somehow detached the audio from you guys to OBS. So basically, most of what you guys just said was not heard by the people out there, and I would have to shut down. Yeah, I agree completely. I would have to shut down completely and restart in order to um, do it. We could do that. It would take me 2 minutes, but it would break the stream and all of that. So, what do you guys want to do? No, they can't, unfortunately. So, it sucks. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, all right, y'all, check it out. So, this is Broadcast Sundays. You can catch Saint later on tonight. Well, you can catch me later on tonight on the classroom at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can catch Rune Scryer on the night shift tonight. I believe you're playing Starfield. Yeah. Where's- Okay, so he's going to be doing about a 2 hour stream with Starfield tonight. And you can catch Saint on NVT Deuce later on tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. And yeah, that'll be us. I'll be back on streaming as far as video games tomorrow night with Football Mondays with Madden and college football. Sorry about the technical error, guys. I hope we can catch it. I hope we do. We will do better next week. I will do better. All right. So y'all have a great day, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.